What is it about Valegro that made judges smile? What was it? I mean, obviously his technical, Charlotte's amazing riding, but you were saying then about the changes in the Frisian making you smile, the cob made you smile, but Valegro made judges smile as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I think Valegro made me cry. I'm a softie, but Valegro, he still look at him. You smile. Hello, gorgeous. Hello, champion.
Can I just say, the judge even wanted a selfie with Valegro yesterday. Hey, buddy, who doesn't want a selfie with Valegro? Look at him.
Well, you see, I never judged Valegro in Grand Prix. I judged him as a 5-year-old. I loved him. I said that canter is out of this world. I judged him as a 6-year-old. He was even better. And then I saw him in small tour in Spain, and I was like, okay, I think it's a world star, just wait. And I think I was right. But it's something in he's so serious in his work, and he so obviously loved his rider. And that he's so nice here doesn't make it any worse. It's just a very, very good horse.
He is absolutely stunning, and it's so nice when you see a judge, isn't it, Carl, who wants a selfie with Valegro. It just shows that it wasn't just the audience that loved him, it was absolutely everyone.
Yeah, I mean, he's always had rock star status wherever he's been. He has his own statue in our town, our local town of Newent, and you'll often see people getting as close as they can to riding Valegro sitting on the statue in the town. We have children regularly coming to the yard to see him, especially like in half term. And we also work a lot with children that are not very well, and they come and meet Valegro, and he always makes people feel better. They even sit on his back, just as he is there as you see him. There is nobody that can't ride him. That doesn't mean we need an influx of people riding him, but anybody could ride him. So recognizable, as you can see. You know, he always looks the same. He's 21 years old, and he lives with Utopia, who is 22 years old. Utopia's got no teeth, like a lot of old people, but Valegro's managed to keep his, which is why, as you can see, he always looks in pristine condition. And, you know, food is still, and always has been, his priority in life, not competing. But when you hear many riders talking about top horses, you'll often hear how difficult they were when they were young, and you know, it takes so many years to get them round to being good horses. But Valegro is known as the professor for a very opposite reason, and that's because he just seemed to know what he was doing when he was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, he's been a champion every year, and I think we have a photograph in his book, which was the only time that anything ever went wrong in his career, and that's when a horse galloped into him in a prize giving, and he was so shocked he reared up. And we have a picture of him in his book where he's rearing up, but I can honestly say, in the whole of his life, and we've had him since he was 2.5, so we're coming up 20 years, in the whole of his life, I don't think he ever did anything wrong. So, as you can see, personality, and now meeting, probably for him, what must be his nightmare, which is his future rider. Charlotte has already, of course, had her on board, and Valegro is the ideal. Although he's a little bit bigger than a Shetland, he does have that slight demeanour about him.
He is just so special, we all know that, but what for you, this now must mean so much to know that Isabella's going to know him and he's here, and the pictures with her on him, it's just so sweet, but it must be so important that she's got to meet your boy.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's what Valegro's given me is a dream come true, really. I mean, it's what every rider, every young girl or boy would love to achieve, and it's incredible what he has achieved in his lifetime and what we've done together. I mean, he's just truly a very special horse, and you know, I think when I look back and I see all my achievements with him, I can't quite believe it, if I'm honest. It's quite outstanding. It's a bit surreal to feel that I have achieved all of that. To have Isabella now a part of it is even more special. You know, what a great first pony she's going to have.
I know, ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And for those who were here yesterday, you said that London 2012, that was your competitive memory, that was the moment. But for us who don't get to see you training at home, what was he like at home? Well, how was he at home? Because he was the professor in the ring. What was he like at home?
I mean, he never changed. I mean, how he was at a show is how he was at home. I mean, that's where he was, you know, incredible. I think nothing fazed him. He was never afraid of anything, no atmosphere. You know, I never went into any arena and thought, oh my God, I'm not going to get round there. You know, I could always ride for a 10. You know, I could go in there and be like, right, I need this mark and try and achieve it. And he would always give me my absolute most. So, I mean, you could put as much pressure on him as possible.
She wants my job. Here you go.
Not at all.
And I was going to say, well, we've got you here, Isabella. Obviously, you're not going to put pressure on her to ride, but I had a cuddle earlier next to Roy, the horse we saw earlier. That child can kick. I tell you, she's going to be a horse rider, isn't she?
She's really, really funny. I mean, it is truly quite incredible how natural it is, because I did ride whilst I was pregnant, and obviously I rode all the safe ones, and I was very careful. But she can already click,
yeah,
and she crawls to her rocking horse, which is Valegro. So I had a Valegro rocking horse made by my partner Dean, and she crawls her all the way from the kitchen to the office, and she pulls herself up to the rocking horse. She gets on it, she clicks, she gets the reins, and then she kicks, and then she's trying to like make it move. So I mean, it's quite incredible, and she really loves the horses. Like,
really does.
She's not afraid of them at all, which is quite incredible. But if she wants to ride, she'll ride. I'm not going to force her to ride at all. I think it's too hard a sport, too expensive. Yeah. And if she wants to do it, then fantastic. I'll support her all the way. And if she doesn't, there'll be something else for her.
Well, she wants my job at the moment. Look, she wants the microphone. No, stick to horses. I'm going to call Alan over because we want to hear from Alan. If he can come up here Oh, are you going to swap with Alan? Oh, look, Carl's going to be groomed for a day. Trot on, Carl. The horse that has made you cry more tears than anyone else could ever. How many times, we were talking about this yesterday, how many times around the world have you been with him?
Well, it's 75,000 kilometres, so that's 1.5 times around the world. 10 different countries he's competed in. He's just been incredible. It's been an honour to have a horse like that trust me to take him around the world onto planes and trains and boats and all sorts of strange mobiles we've had to be in together, you know. We've been picked up from airports at all sorts of different trucks and trailers and goodness knows what. And he's just allowed me to take him, and he's trusted me, and it's just been amazing.
And you've worked with horses of all levels. Have you ever met a horse with his personality, that his kind of, because obviously we know he's got the talent, but the personality shines as well. And have you met any other horse with that kind of temperament?
No, absolutely not. There'll never be another one like I don't think either. You know, there's the genuine kind Blueberry at home. You know, he hacks out with me or with Trish Gardner, who's 88, and he'll go plonking around the roads. And then, you know, there was the Showman who switched it on every time he needed to when he was under pressure to win a medal or whatever, and then he could just go in there and switch on and perform and do everything he asked of him. And then, you know, Charlotte could drop the reins and walk out of the arena and he'd be back to a normal Blueberry again. He's just totally incredible.
And what I used to love, I've been to many a championship with you. I've seen you around the world, luckily, with Blueberry. But you always had to find a patch of grass, didn't you? You always had to go take him for a walk. We were often in car parks finding a little patch of grass for him. He always needed that, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a bit of a bloke, really. You know, he just wants a pint of lager and a packet of crisps and a sofa to sit on. So.
And one of the other things that travelled the world had the same hay net, didn't he? The
Yeah.
same lucky hay net that travelled the world with him. And has he still got that?
Yes, it's still there. I'm a hoarder. The girls at home can't bear it because I hoard things. I've still got his numbers and rugs and things. Someone asked me earlier what happened to all his rugs, and I've stashed all his winning rugs away.
And this little one here, I know you're a big fan.
Yes.
Already getting the ponies?
Can't wait. Yes, I'm collecting ponies already. I can't wait. We're here. We're off again. It's all going to start all over again, isn't it? Yes.
What's Uncle Alan like? We know Groom Alan. What's Uncle Alan like?
Well, he's actually coming out of retirement again. So he thinks he's retired. And I've told him he's got to get on the treadmill and start running to get fitter, because if he thinks I'm running around the show arena, I'm definitely not. So he has got to get fitter and start running, because it's going to be like, Mummy, again, faster, faster. So we're going to be exhausted, I'm sure, but Alan's great with her, and it's been amazing to be able to have the journey with her and my whole team, really. It's been incredible to, now see her at 8 months old, and she's a real person, got her own opinions of what she wants to do, so it's going to be really exciting.
I wonder where she got her opinions from. I have no idea. I know Blueberry's going to be wandering around. Not many people know, no polos for Blueberry, that's right, isn't it?
Well, it was when he was competing, the mints used to make him sneeze, so we never gave him mints before he competed, and he was never allowed extra strong mints. He was allowed them after he competed, but because he was so sensitive, it used to make him sneeze.
That's just the most random fact, isn't it? I love that. Thank you so much for everything you've done, keeping the boys safe and bringing us such joy. 25 years of British dressage, and this horse is such a great symbol for that and the celebration we've got this year. Please do come back after lunch. We've got so much more. I know Blueberry's going to be wandering around for a few minutes, but thank you so much. What a fabulous morning. Charlotte's back again this afternoon. But right now, let's hear it for Valegro.